Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the course of Development Planning and Administration, MPA403. Today's lecture number 12, and I'm your facilitator, Professor Dr. Muhammad Majid Mahmood Pagram. So before we move on to our today's topic of discussion, let us have a brief reflection on our previous lecture. Okay, in our previous lecture, we had talked about CSR, corporate social responsibility, and ethics, and its role in the development planning and administration. जब हम corporate social responsibilities की बात करते हैं, जब हम ethics की बात करते हैं, तो of course we talk about not only about the employees, we talk about customers, we talk about shareholders who have invested their money in the organization, and we also talk about all the stakeholders, even who are no customers, who are who have any concern with the organization. They are called the stakeholders. Now, when we talk about corporate social responsibility, what comes in your mind? Now, corporate social responsibility, of course, talk about the responsibility of the organization with respect to the society where that organization is serving. Now, if an organization is serving in Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, now that organization has a responsibility towards those people, towards that society who is living in Islamabad. So when we talk about performing different activities of the organization, like for example, when we talk about employment generation, when we talk about environmental issues, when we talk about peace, when we talk about any issues relating to discipline problems, so it is the responsibility of the organization to take care of all these factors. Now, when we talk about social responsibility, it means that these days in the world, not only in Pakistan, it is all over the world, that whatever you do has an impact on some other organization, has an impact on your stakeholders. Now, world is a global village. Now, since we say that world is a global village, so we need to do activities as per certain parameters, as per certain standards. Now, when we talk about society, now society means that the persons who are living in that society. So persons living in a group having a certain culture. Now, a person living in a group or having a certain culture are called a society. So it's a group of people having different characteristics and different cultures. So when we talk about performing our social responsibilities, we talk about giving positive response towards the culture those people have, and giving positive response to their needs and wants. Another very important area is, for example, when an organization is serving in a country other than its own country. Like for example, if an organization is serving in some foreign country, now it is also the responsibility of that organization to take care of the employment needs of that country. Because if you hire only only your people in the organization, and if you're not hiring people from the country where you want to serve, in this case the foreign country, so if you're not hiring the local people, if you're not hiring the people belonging to that particular country where you are doing your business, that may of course create a negative message, and that gives a bad reputation to the organization. So social responsibility relates to, of course, employment generation. So we need to take care of the those people who are living in that society. Now, when we talk about ethics, Ethics means that, like for example, it also means character. It also means, the way we perform our different activities. Now, when we talk about like our character, so of course we have certain parameters, we have certain criteria, we need to follow certain boundaries. Now when we talk about ethics, like for example in an organization there are certain ethics one has to follow. So it is the key responsibility of all employees to follow the ethics. So for this purpose we have, like for example, code of ethics, and these are given in a booklet shape or in some leaflet or in some book or annual report of an organization. So code of ethics is written about the organization, that organization is like socially responsible for certain activities, and within the organization this will be the code of ethics. Now we move on to our today's topic of discussion, and that is career planning and motivation of employees. Concepts and challenges. So when we talk about, of course, planning, development planning and administration, of course career planning is the most important area, and in order to do that efficiently and effectively, of course motivation has a key role to play here. So in today's discussion we will talk about the key concepts and major challenges we face in the area of career planning and motivation of employees. Now when we talk about career, a career is the sum total of paid and unpaid work. Now career is the sum total of paid and unpaid work. What does it mean? It means that whether you are paid for that activity or not, and if you perform any work even without payment, without salary, that is also a career. And if you get paid, of course, that is also called career. Learning and life roles you undertake throughout your life. So it is not only like limited to the organization. When we talk about career, it relates to our entire life. So it is the learning, like for example, we learn through experience, we learn through observation, we learn through studies, we learn through trainings, and so on and so forth. So when we talk about lifelong learning, and when we talk about performing our roles in society, that is also a career. So the term career was traditionally associated with paid employment and referred to a single occupation. Now normally or traditionally, whenever we talk about career, we talk about any employment that is paid, and then it is referred to a single occupation. In today's world of work, the term career is seen as a continuous process of learning and development. So as we know that learning is an ongoing process. So of course when we talk about career, it is a continuous process. So it is not something which stops and starts and stops and starts. So it is an ongoing process. So it is a continuous process of learning and development. So when an employee is performing different activities, and of course out of those activities he or she is learning and developing himself or herself, that is called career. Now when we talk about career planning, it is a process of choosing the right profession, field and a related job. Now but जब हम career planning की बात करते हैं तो we are choosing the right profession, field and a related job. Now why do you call a right profession here and related job? What comes in your mind? What is a right profession and what is a related job? Like for example, people who have done their, like for example, MA English. Now, when they apply for a job, they will apply in a relevant job, number one, and number two, they will adopt that profession that matches their qualification. Like for example, people who are eligible for, like for example, if you want to hire an English teacher, for instance, our graduate students, or intermediate or graduate students. So we are looking for at least a person having a master's degree in English or English literature. So of course, here if we hire, for example, MA Urdu or MA, Iqbaliyat or MA Journalism, so that will not serve our real purpose, our real goal. So in order to get the best out of our employees, this is really very important that we need to advertise only that eligibility criteria that is required to perform those job responsibilities. So it is also the responsibility of the employees or job applicants. So when they are making their career paths and doing that career planning thing, so it is also one of the major responsibility of the person whom we are talking about this career planning. So he or she should choose that profession that matches his or her qualification. Otherwise, if you have a different qualification, different experience, and you are performing in a different area, that brings a big question mark on your career planning. So when we talk about an ideal career planning, of course, we are trying to, ensure that the person and the job and the qualification, experience and the job responsibilities matches and the profession matches. So your career is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not to be waited for but to be achieved. So career कुछ ऐसी चीज नहीं है जिसका आप it is not a matter of chance, it is not a matter of good luck कि जी आपका काम बाई चांस होगा, या लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कोई किस्मत में आप कहते हैं कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल कि कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि जी किस्मत में है तो मिलेगा, लेकिन वो अगली बात वो भूल जाते हैं, जैसे दीन इस्लाम में है कि किस्मत में है मिलेगा लेकिन कोशिश शर्त है, एंड दैट कोशिश इज कॉल्ड अ मैटर ऑफ चॉइस. सो व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट आवर करियर प्लानिंग, it is a matter of choice. So you need to choose your career as per your qualifications, as per your experience, as per your skills, as per your competences, and of course your aptitude. So these things are really very important, and if you ignore these areas and then you select or choose or you say okay, I can do any job. So this will of course this will not help you in the long run, because you will not be able to excel, you will not be able to develop your career. So this is really very important, that you don't need to wait, but you need to get up and you need to move forward, and you need to choose and you need to make a choice, and the right choice matters a lot here when we talk about effective career planning. So let us discuss what happens before career planning. So most important thing is, before planning for career, it is important that you need to look at these most important areas, and the most important area number one is consider your personal interest. Now your personal interests are really very important. Like, what you really want to do in your life. If you don't know what interests you, or like what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy, this is really very important to know. So anything that interests you, and that anything that motivates you, anything you really want to do in your life, that matters a lot. So we need to continuously focus on these areas, that what really motivates me and what really demotivates me, what is really I like, and what really makes me really uncomfortable or unhappy. So for example, if you choose a career that makes you unhappy, or if you make a choice that makes you unhappy, so is it possible that you can perform the best? Of course not in most of the cases. So here we strongly recommend that you need to look at your personal interests, your hobbies, your aptitudes, your attitude, your behavior. And once you know those things, of course, then you can move forward towards career planning. The next thing you need to do before career planning is check your educational background. to see what suits your interests and your education the most. Now first you need to look at your educational background, and you need to see that what suits your interests and then your education the most. So this should be, the most important thing here, that your education, your background, your interests and your education, that should match with each other. And then pay careful attention to the most required skills for the present day. People sometimes plan a lot and people do a lot of career planning, but sometimes they forget the present day. If you want to become, for example, director of a company, or if you want to become, like, for example, a manager HR or manager marketing in a company or manager finance in a company. So only qualification is not enough. You also need to look at the eligibility criteria, that what employers are looking for these days. So this is really very important. You need to focus on the present day, what the market demands, what the employer demands, and what they are really looking for. So when you focus on these areas, so before applying for a job, before doing that, career planning, you know that how much competent you are for any particular position, are you eligible for certain positions or not, things like that. And then if you lack, for example, certain skills, like for example, if an organization, they require a master's degree in some certain subject or area, so apart from that they also require, for example, computer literacy, they also require strong communication skills, they also require strong communication skills, problem solving skills and things like that. So before going for that, applying for any job, this is really very important that you need to, of course, develop and polish those skills that I already talked about. So what you need to do is, most important thing is, you need to improve your communication skills, because the first interaction you are going to have with the potential employer or with the existing employer is, for example, you are going to appear in a test, or you are going to appear in an interview, or you are going to participate in a meeting, you are going to deliver a presentation, you are going to conduct a meeting, things like that. So you need to develop those skills which are required in the present day. Look for training programs and qualifications that will enhance your skills further. Now this is really very important, that you need to look at the training programs and qualifications that really helps you a lot in your career building. Like for example, what are the different programs, training programs and qualifications that can give boost to your skills? Like for example, if communication skill is a requirement, computer literacy is a requirement, and analytical skill is a requirement, and then having problem solving skill is a requirement, or a skill required. So what you need to do is, you need to look at those trainings programs which are available in the market. So whether those programs are on the job or off the job, you need to apply for those programs, and you need to get trained yourself. And of course, if you don't do that, you are not able to polish your skills, you are not able to strengthen your skills. So this is really very important, that your training programs, and then of course qualifications. If you, like for example, lack certain qualifications, you need to focus on those qualifications, and you need to develop and strengthen those qualifications. And of course, learning is the most important thing whenever we talk about training and qualifications. And another area that needs immediate attention before career planning is, attend career fairs to understand the market situation even better. These days हम देखते हैं कि different cities में, like in different areas in Pakistan as well, जहाँ पे एक job festivals लग रहे हैं, job fairs लग रहे हैं. Sometimes different universities are organizing those fairs, and sometimes even so different employment agencies, they are organizing those job fairs, and sometimes media is organizing those job fairs or job festivals. So what you need to do is, you need to go there, you need to attend, and you need to understand that what employees are really looking for. So that will give you an edge, that will help you to forecast that what is really required, in the market. So in these days, I can guarantee you that if you go in the market with only, one degree and without having any other skill, so, that can make, your career journey a lot difficult. So this is really very important that before doing that career planning and before applying for any job, you need to go and attend those career fairs where, employers are there and they are, there are like job applicants and they are having those interviews and tests, and then that what employers are really looking for. And there is no harm in like appearing in those career fairs, and you can go and attend and even appear before any employer and give your interview. So get some knowledge and get some experience through it. So that will really help you a lot before career planning. So when we look at this entire slide once again, you see that these are the prerequisites. These are the things you need to do before doing that and before going for career planning. Now, another most important area is understanding yourself. Now, what is the kind of work I like to do? You need to ask these questions from yourself. This will really give you your self-reflection कि आपके अंदर क्या है, who you are really. What is the kind of work I like to do? Now sometimes what happens that you see that you like something, but it is better that you go and observe that work. Because sometimes, people idealize one thing, and when it comes to practicality, when they go and see the, how people are working, they change their mind. So it is not only required that what you really like to do, it is also important that you need to go in the market and check that whatever you really like to do, how people are doing that, and what are the challenges they are facing, and are you ready to accept those challenges? The next question you need to ask yourself in order to understand yourself is, what activities give me the most satisfaction? आप क्या करके खुश होते हैं? जैसे कुछ लोग खाना खा के बड़े खुश होते हैं, कुछ लोग मूवीज देख के बड़े खुश होते हैं, कुछ लोग हर एक की अपनी अपनी कुछ एक्टिविटीज हैं. कुछ लोग लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं अपनी बात करूंगा कि आई एम हाईली एक्सट्रोवर्ट, सो कुछ लोग बात करके बहुत खुश होते हैं. सो इसी तरह हर एक पर्सन की एक अपनी यूनिकनेस है कि वो क्या एक्टिविटी करे जिससे उसको सेटिस्फेक्शन हो. सो दैट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट कि कौन कौन सी एक्टिविटीज, कौन कौन से काम करके आप खुशी महसूस करते हैं, सेटिस्फेक्शन महसूस करते हैं. व्हाट इज द एनवायरनमेंट इन विच आई वुड लाइक टू वर्क? आपको किस किस्म का एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए? आपको बहुत एक स्लो सा एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, आपको एक बहुत फास्ट एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, आपको बहुत एक फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, या ये है कि आपको किस तरह की आपकी नेचर है? तो जिस तरह की आपकी नेचर है, आपको वैसा ही एनवायरनमेंट अगर ऑफिस में मिल जाए तो डेफिनेटली दैट कैन गिव यू अ वंडरफुल एज व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट योर जॉब परफॉर्मेंस इन फ्यूचर. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल डू आई लाइक टू वर्क विद? most of the employees, when I ask them that उनको कौन सी चीज से बहुत problems या challenges हैं, तो most of the employees said that we are having problems with our bosses and we are having problems with our colleagues. So you may have heard the term leg pulling. कि लोग फॉर एग्जांपल लेग पुलिंग करते हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल एक दूसरे के बारे में बातें करते हैं, नेगेटिव बात करते हैं, र्यूमर्स फैलाते हैं लोगों को. तो इसकी रीजन क्या है, उसके रूट कॉजेज क्या हैं? कि दिस हैपेंस व्हेन समबडी इज नॉट कंफर्टेबल ऑन द जॉब. सो दिस इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप किस तरह के लोगों के साथ आप बैठ के काम करना चाहते हैं, किस तरह के लोगों के साथ आप सेटिस्फाइड हो सकते हैं, आपको कौन सी चीज जो है वो इजी कंफर्टेबल जिसमें आप होते हैं. दैट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एबिलिटीज डू आई वांट टू बिल्ड ऑन? और कौन सी ऐसी एबिलिटीज़ हैं जिनको आप बिल्ड ऑन करना चाहते हैं, आप मज़ीद बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, पॉलिश करना चाहते हैं, डेवलप करना चाहते हैं, स्ट्रेंथन करना चाहते हैं. सो इन ऑर्डर टू अंडरस्टैंड योर सेल्फ यू नीड टू डू दीज थिंग्स. And once you do this thing, that gives you a wonderful self-reflection, कि actually who you are and what you really want to do in your life, in your career. Now, how to understand oneself? First thing is reflect. Now, reflect, response, speak up, tell others that, you tell others about your personality, you tell others about your aptitude, you tell others about what you really love in your life and what you really want to do in your life, what you really want to do in your career, what you really want to do in your career planning. So you need to reflect. Talk to colleagues, friends and mentors. Very important. So our colleagues, friends and mentors, we need to talk, and we need to talk with honestly. Never try to pretend. Never use that cosmetic behavior. We should never lie with others. So I strongly recommend that we need to talk honestly with our colleagues, friends and mentors and tell them that what I really want to do in my life and what really makes me happy and what really makes me unhappy. Undergo formal assessments. Of course, there are certain tests available on internet. There are certain questionnaires, so one can go through those tests and questionnaires and formal assessments, so in order to understand himself or herself. So sometimes what happens that कि हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि हम क्या करना चाहते हैं, हमें अपने एप्टीट्यूड का नहीं पता, हमें अपनी लाइफ का नहीं पता होता कि हम कौन से कैरियर जो है हमें सूट करेगा या किस कैरियर में हमें जाना चाहिए. ये इस वक्त एक मेजर चैलेंज जो है इस वक्त, खास तौर पे जब हम बात करते हैं यंग जनरेशन की बात करते हैं, तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है कि जो लोग अभी एंट्री लेवल पोजीशंस पे आ रहे हैं, तो उनमें से बहुत से लोगों से मेरी बात हुई एंड दे रिस्पोंडेड दैट कि जी they are still in the process of deciding कि जी मुझे कौन से कैरियर में जाना चाहिए. और कई लोग मैंने ऐसे देखे जिन्होंने मुख्तलिफ जॉब्स में they are working on different jobs, but they still don't know whether this job is good for me or not. So they are still in that confusion or doubt. So I strongly recommend that you need to understand yourself. And if you have any certain doubts or uncertainties और आपको पता नहीं है कि आपको आगे लाइफ में क्या करना है और आपका एप्टीट्यूड क्या है, या आपको कोई क्लियर पिक्चर जो है आपकी पिक्चर आपके ज़हन में नहीं बन रही कि what I really want to do in my life, in my career, so you need to I think go through formal assessments and there are many tests available. आप सर्च करें, आप गूगल याहू पे सर्च करके आप मुख्तलिफ टेस्ट ले सकते हैं, उनको आप उसमें अपीयर हो सकते हैं. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर जो हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ देयर आर काउंसलर्स और मेंटर्स, दे कैन हेल्प यू अंडरगो दैट फॉर्मल असेसमेंट एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपका एप्टीट्यूड क्या है और आप रियली अपनी लाइफ में किस किस्म के कैरियर में आप ग्रो करना चाहते हैं या मूव करना चाहते हैं. नाउ again, very important questions you need to ask, like what motivates you? So what really motivates you? What really, encourages you? What really makes you, like certain things? What is your idea of an ideal job? आप एक ideal job को क्या समझते हैं? Now this is really very important कि आप अपनी ideal job को क्या समझते हैं, कि एक ideal job होती क्या है, उसके अंदर like for example क्या क्या होना चाहिए. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने अक्सर लोगों से बात की कि आइडियल जॉब से आपकी क्या मुराद है, तो बहुत से लोगों ने जो है, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सा है कि बहुत से लोगों ने ये कहा कि जी उसमें सैलरी पैकेज बहुत हाई होना चाहिए, उसमें एक बंगला मिलना चाहिए, उसमें कार मिलनी चाहिए, उसमें एक मोबाइल फ़ोन होना चाहिए जिसमें कोई अनलिमिटेड किस्म का पैकेज हो, टॉकिंग का और मैसेजिंग का और इंटरनेट का, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. नाउ this is one side of the picture. So what is really important? if you talk about an ideal job, तो आप किस किस्म की जॉब चाहते हैं कि like for example you want to have some office job जहाँ पे बैठ के आप अपना काम करें, या you want to go for a field job, or you know you are a more talkative person, you go and talk to people, you love that or not, so things like that. So जब आप ideal job की बात करते हैं तो आपको तमाम एंगल से तमाम फैक्टर्स को सामने रख के बताना है कि आप किस जॉब को एक आइडियल जॉब कहते हैं. What makes you excited? One thing is satisfaction or happiness. The other thing is excitement. You know, what makes you really, you know, puts you in thrill? What makes you really, you know, excited? You know, you are so happy that tears come out of your eyes, and you know, your face is red, and you know, that makes you really excited. So you need to ask this question from yourself as well. What kind of job would be most fulfilling? कि आपने अपनी ज़िंदगी में हर पर्सन ने कोई ना कोई गोल्स हैं, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, उसने अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ टारगेट सेट किए हुए हैं. तो लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कि कौन सी जॉब आप करेंगे तो वो टारगेट्स आपको हेल्प आउट करेगी उन टारगेट्स को फुलफिल करने में, उन टारगेट्स को अचीव करने में. सो दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि ये ना हो कि जॉब तो आपने कर ली, आपका पैकेज भी अच्छा है, आपको फैसिलिटीज भी मिल रही हैं, आपका कैरियर प्रोग्रेशन भी हो रही है, बट अगर आपका उसके अंदर एक फुलफिलमेंट वाला नहीं होगा कि लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कि आप अपनी ज़िंदगी में कुछ अचीव करना चाहते थे या चाहते हैं, तो वो जॉब अगर आपको हेल्प आउट नहीं कर रही वो चीज़ फुलफिल करने में, तो डेफिनेटली एक आपके माइंड हार्ट में एक गैप आ जाएगा, एंड दैट विल मेक यू अनहैप्पी. What kind of work should you stay away from? Now this is also very important that what you really hate to do. Now you need to ask this, वरना ये ना हो कि जो चीज़ आपको सख्त नापसंद है तो कल आप एक कैरियर अडॉप्ट करते हैं, आप एक जॉब लेते हैं, उसको अप्लाई करते हैं, एंड इफ़ यू गेट दैट जॉब और उसके अंदर वही एक्टिविटी करनी पड़ती है जिसको आप सख्त नापसंद करते हैं, तो इट इज़ बेटर कि आपको पहले से इन एडवांस एज ए प्रोएक्टिव पर्सन यू नीड टू थिंक अबाउट इट कि ऐसे कौन सा काम है या वर्क है जो आपको पसंद नहीं है. वेयर आर यू वीक? नोबडी इज परफेक्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड. Every person on earth has weaknesses. So you need to look at your weak areas. Where should you change or improve? Okay, it is a continuation of your weak areas, that which area needs improvement and which areas need certain changes. So you need to ask these key questions from yourself. So what are your deep interests? Like for example, when you talk about hands, assembly, operation and repair of machines, words like reading, writing, speaking, and इनमें किन में आपका ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है? हाथ से काम करने में, like for example reading, writing या speaking में, senses like observation में आपका बहुत इंटरेस्ट है, या inspection करने में, diagnose करने में? Do you have deep interest in analytical thinking, like researching, analyzing, prioritizing, or are you creative, like you love to talk about new things, unique things, something unique, different, strange, so invention, design? Or do you have those artistic abilities, interests, like for example fashioning or shaping things, decoration, and leadership, like initiating new projects, organizing, direction, decision making, etc. So you need to go and in deep, and you need to look at your deep interest, at what really motivates you. So this is really very important before moving towards career planning. Career ladders, stages through which people move on to more challenging positions. So it is a ladder, like for example with the passage of time and with your efficiency and effectiveness, you move up the ladder, and that is called a career progression. What career ladders are available? You need to look into that area, and that is really very important, because sometimes you join an organization and they don't have, you know, any better or big position after like achieving a certain position. If they don't have a better, bigger position available over there, so that can, you know, give a full stop to your career. How can I take advantage of them? So of course आपके पास जो opportunities available हैं, आप उनके लिए कैसे apply कर सकते हैं, उनको कैसे आप advantage ले सकते हैं, what skills and experience are needed to climb up the next step. So of course आपकी skills and experience are required to, you know, move up the ladder. So आप अगर एक like for example BPS 17 में काम कर रहे हैं, basic pay scale 17 में गवर्नमेंट में जॉब कर रहे हैं आप, तो एज ए गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर नेक्स्ट इज बेसिक पे स्केल 18. तो BPS 18 में जाने के लिए आपको क्या स्किल्स चाहिए और आपको कितना एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए, तो ऑफ कोर्स आपको उसके बारे में यू शुड हैव you know enough information, and then what kind of gaps exist. तो आपकी जो एक स्किल्स चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए, क्वालिफिकेशन चाहिए अपने आप को नेक्स्ट हायर ग्रेड में ले जाने के लिए, तो what are the gaps, you should know that. What training is needed to fill the gaps? Of course training and development of employees is really very important. So you need to explore that gap, you need to find out that gap, you need to find out the weaknesses, and then of course you need to explore and find out those training programs that can help you fill that gap. Now let us talk about types of career planning, like individual career planning and organizational career planning. Now when we talk about individual career planning, these are the steps like self-assessment, explore information, explore opportunities, make decision, action plans, and finally audit the results. So let's discuss these individual career planning steps process one by one, and the first one is self-assessment when we talk about individual career planning process. Now in this self-assessment, it is a process of gathering information about self in order to make an informed career decision. So you need to go for self-assessment, you need to understand yourself, very important. And then of course after understanding yourself, what are my motivating skills, interests and values? What really motivates you, you know, and what skills do you have, and what interests do you have, and what values you follow. So you know, and you know what, these areas are really very important when you are doing your self-assessment, and this is the first step, very basic step in individual career planning. What new learning do I want? You need to ask yourself that. You need to, like you have started doing your self-assessment, and you also know your weak areas, and you also know your strengths, and of course you also know the opportunities you're looking for. So in order to get that, you know, higher step, in order to get the career you really want to adopt, what you need to do is you need to see that what new learning do I want, because until you learn something, you know, you cannot deliver. What work-life role do I want? कि आप अपना एक काम के अंदर और अपनी life के अंदर what really you want to do. That is also very important in self-assessment. And then finally in step 1 of self-assessment, which work environment am I most suited to? Now you need to look at yourself. You need to do that self-analysis, self-assessment. You need to focus on that environment where that suits you. You know, as I already discussed that, you need to look at yourself first. Like, what is your nature, what is your attitude, what is your behavior, what is your aptitude, and what really suits you, which environment really suits you. So if, for example, if that environment doesn't match your aptitude, your attitude, your behavior, so what will happen? You will be dissatisfied. And once you are dissatisfied, of course, you cannot move forward. So this is really very important that in order to develop your career, in order to, you know, step up the ladder of career, you need to see that which environment really suits you. And you need to, you know, have a match here. When we talk about individual career planning process, the second step is explore information. Process of assessing the data gathered about self and exploring it with an open perspective. So in this you do that, how do I use self-assessment data to develop options? क्या आपने अपनी self assessment की है ना, self assessment के नतीजे में आपको जो डाटा मिला है उस डाटा को सामने रख के you need to decide certain options कि okay fine कि मेरी जो self assessment है उसके नतीजे में मुझे ये पता चला है कि I really like this thing and I really hate this thing and this environment suits me, this environment doesn't suit me, and things like that. So these are the skills I have and these are the skills I can develop, and these things I do not have, or I'm not interested in. So after doing that self-assessment thing, you develop your options. Then are these options compatible with my lifestyle? कि जो options आपने of course explore किए हैं, तो क्या ये आपके lifestyle के साथ compatible हैं? क्या आप उन options को practically कर सकते हैं या सिर्फ theory की हद तक है? कि जैसे हमारे यहाँ बहुत लोग नारे लगाते हैं, हम ये कर देंगे, हम वो कर देंगे, हम ऐसे कर देंगे, हम वैसे कर देंगे, और सुबह टाइम पे उठ नहीं सकते, सुबह ऑफिस में टाइम पे आ नहीं सकते. तो मैं उन लोगों की बात कर रहा हूं जो डिसिप्लिन को फॉलो नहीं करते, जो लोग रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को फॉलो नहीं करते, लेकिन नारे बहुत बड़े बड़े लगाते हैं. तो आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव कि आप अपने आप को डिसिप्लिन करें और आप ये देखें कि जो आपका लाइफस्टाइल है क्या ये ऑप्शंस उसके साथ चल सकते हैं. डू आई हैव एनी बैरियर्स कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स एट दिस पॉइंट? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि क्या इस वक्त आपके कोई बैरियर्स या कंस्ट्रेंट्स हैं आपके. तो यू नीड टू लुक एट दिस फैक्टर एज वेल इन दिस स्टेप 2 ऑफ एक्सप्लोर इंफॉर्मेशन. स्टेप 3 इज एक्सप्लोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. Here you're gathering career information, which includes salary, education, training, and job duties. Now you need to explore different sectors, different organizations, and you need to find out that what are the different salary packages do they offer, what are the different educational levels they are requiring, and then of course you need to explore what are the training opportunities available over there in certain organizations, and what are the job responsibilities. So you need to explore these opportunities, and who can I ask for guidance? You should have a guide, you should have a mentor, you should have a counselor, you should have a very close friend or colleague who can help you decide. Because what happens that जैसे हम अक्सर कहते हैं कि एक ही होता है और एक 11 होते हैं. So जब दो लोग मिल के कोई काम करते हैं एज ए टीम वर्क, तो 1 + 1 = 11. और यही दोनों लोग जब अलग-अलग काम करते हैं तो 1 + 1 = 2. तो एक और 11 करने के लिए जरूरी है कि वी नीड टू टॉक टू अदर्स. बट ये अदर्स कौन होंगे? ये वो लोग होंगे हु आर द मोस्ट कॉम्पिटेंट पीपल इन द मार्केट. तो आपने उनसे कम्युनिकेट करना है, उनसे आपने गाइडेंस लेनी है, उनसे आपने काउंसलिंग लेनी है, उनके साथ आपने इन तमाम इंफॉर्मेशन को डिस्कस करना है इन ऑर्डर टू फर्दर एक्सप्लोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़. और इन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ में क्या अप्रोप्रिएट आपका एक्शन होना चाहिए, किन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के लिए आपको कोशिश करनी चाहिए, किन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के लिए आपको कोशिश नहीं करनी चाहिए. तो ये तमाम चीज़ें आपका जो मेंटोर है, आपका काउंसलर है, आपका गाइड है, वो आपको हेल्प आउट कर सकता है. And here I would also suggest that you can also take help from the internet as well, because these days it is very easy that you go and search you can analyze different opportunities with the help of internet as well. Step number 4 is make decision. When we talk about individual career planning process, it is a process of decision making for career option. इसमें आप क्या करते हैं? Has the technique been adopted by me for deciding on my career option a valid one? कि जो टेक्निक आप यूज कर रहे हैं क्या ये वैलिड है, ये ना हो कि ये बहुत पुरानी टेक्निक हो, इनवैलिड हो और ये मार्केट में इसकी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी ना हो या आपको ये टेक्निक गलत डायरेक्शन में ले जाए. सो यू नीड टू लुक इनटू दिस सेंसिटिव एरिया एज वेल. एंड हु विल असिस्ट मी विद माय डिसीजन मेकिंग. तो पहले जैसे हमने इस पिछले स्टेप में बात की कि आपने गाइड से, काउंसलर से आपने हेल्प ली और उससे आपने एक किस्म की इंफॉर्मेशन भी ली और एक गाइडेंस भी ली, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ आपने ये भी देखना है कि जो डिसीजन आपने लेना है उसमें आपको कौन हेल्प करेगा. तो मोस्ट प्रेफरेबली ये है कि जिससे आपने गाइडेंस ली है, जिससे आपने काउंसलिंग ली है, उसी के साथ मिलके आप उसको एक डिसीजन में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे एक मैं आपको सजेशन देना चाहूँगा एज ए प्रोफेशनल ऑफ दिस कि आपने इसको क्रॉस चेक करना है कि जो भी गाइड काउंसलर आपको एक डिसीजन मेकिंग में हेल्प आउट कर रहा है तो उस डिसीजन मेकिंग, जो डिसीजन करने से पहले आप कम से कम 2-3 जगह से उसको क्रॉस चेक कर लें. कुछ और लोगों से भी आप राय ले लें, इंटरनेट से आप हेल्प ले लें. और जो आपके पर्टिकुलरली मैं यहाँ पे जोर देना चाहूँगा कि आप अपने टीचर्स जो आपके मोस्ट कॉम्पिटेंट टीचर्स हैं उनसे भी आप राय लें. दिस विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट इन मेकिंग good decisions. And step number 5 when we talk about individual career planning process is action plan. Now, develop the steps needed to take in order to reach your goals. This is really very important. So, have I planned what I need to do now and later? You need to ask this question from yourself. And then, what support is available to me to assist me in making it happen? कि आपके पास क्या सपोर्ट है जो आपको हेल्प आउट करेगी कि जो चीज आप करना चाह रहे हैं उसको लाइक प्रैक्टिकली करने के लिए. व्हाट विल हेल्प यू? हाउ डू आई मार्केट माई सेल्फ? दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन of action. When we talk about action planning, is you need to market yourself. Now, how do you market yourself? The most important thing is that your resume, your curriculum vitae. So you need to develop a resume, one thing, and then of course a job letter, a covering letter. So you need to write that covering letter. You need to make that resume. So this will help you to market yourself. What should I put in my resume? Very important question. First thing I would suggest over here that whenever you prepare your resume, you need to prepare your resume as per the job responsibilities where you are applying for. Like for example, if you are moving up the next step in the job career ladder, so what you need to do is you need to look towards those job responsibilities which you are going to perform, जिसके लिए आप अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. तो you need to match your resume with those job responsibilities जिनको आप like for example आप कैरियर जॉब अडॉप्ट करना चाहते हैं, जो आप अपने कैरियर लैडर में आगे मूव करना चाहते हैं. सो दिस इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट योर रेज्यूमे एंड जॉब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज मस्ट मैच. And if they don't match, it's a mismatch and you become not eligible. Do my interviewing and negotiating skills need improving? Now, this is really very important that your interviewing skills and negotiation skills, do they need improvement? Because you develop your resume, you develop your job cover letter, and then are you ready for that interview? So what about your communication skills? How do you negotiate? How do you, like bring your point of view in a harmless manner? And how you really express yourself in the most positive manner? That is really very important. And any area that needs improvement here, you must work on it before going for an interview. And final step number 6 of individual career planning process is audit results. By working through the earlier steps, develop a better understanding of one's career situation and audit the results. Have my expectations been met? Of course, आपने स्टेप 1 to 5 में आपकी सर्टेन एक्सपेक्टेशंस थी, क्या आपकी वो एक्सपेक्टेशंस पूरी हो गई या नहीं? आर द रिजल्ट्स बेनिफिशियल टू मी? तो जो रिजल्ट्स आए क्या वो बेनिफिशियल हैं या कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा आपको, कोई बेनिफिट हुआ या नहीं हुआ? What can I do to retain the benefits? और जो benefits आपने हासिल किए उसको retain करने के लिए, keep करने के लिए आपको क्या करना चाहिए? So this is what you need to do in your audit results in individual career planning process. Now we move on towards after individual career planning, we move on towards organizational career planning. And in organizational career planning, organizations have their own vision and individuals their own aspirations. Alignment and congruence of both create a win-win situation, and the lack of such alignment can create movement in haphazard directions, leading to loss of productivity, morale, etc. So you need to be very careful. So if you are not good in this organizational career planning, you may have, a loss of productivity, morale of employees may go down, lack of motivation, and things like that may happen. Now, when we talk about organizational career planning process, we talk about types of career programs like career counseling, human resource planning, career information systems, management, faculty development programs, and trainings. Now, talking about like these areas, like career counseling is really very important. That organization के अंदर career counseling का department है या नहीं है? So this is a need, because without having a career counseling office, employees कहाँ से career counseling हासिल करेंगे? So in order to retain and in order to motivate your employees, you must have a career counseling office in your organization. Human resource planning department, that is part of HR department. That is also very important. Career information systems should be there, and management faculty development programs, including training and development of employees, is another major type of career programs. So when we talk about all these types of career programs, these are mandatory for efficient and effective performance of employees in any organization. Now, continuing our discussion on organizational career planning, what is the average length of time an employee stays with the organization? Does this vary by position type? So you need to ask this question. You need to, explore the answer. That एक average time क्या है कि एक employee किस कितना अरसा, कितनी ड्यूरेशन तक एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ स्टे करता है, और क्या ये पोजीशन टू पोजीशन वेरी करता है, एंड देन हाउ मच डज the organization spend annually on employee career planning. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या कैरियर प्लानिंग करती है, नंबर 1, और अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैरियर प्लानिंग करती है तो उसने अपने बजट एलोकेशंस कितनी की हुई हैं, उसको कितनी फंडिंग आपने की हुई है, टॉप मैनेजमेंट की कितनी सपोर्ट है यहाँ पे. इज देयर अ फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम फॉर मैनेजर्स कंडक्टिंग कैरियर प्लानिंग? तो क्या जो मैनेजर्स जो फॉर्मल कैरियर प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, क्या उनकी अपनी ट्रेनिंग का कोई अरेंजमेंट है या नहीं है? These are the very important questions you need to ask when we talk about organizational career planning. Now, what are the recommendations for the employer here? Provide employees with the opportunities to enhance their skills. Again, very important that you must provide opportunities to employees to enhance their skills. अगर आप उनको opportunities नहीं देंगे, उनको facilitate नहीं करेंगे, उनको advancement opportunities नहीं देंगे, तो employees का motivation decline की तरफ चला जाएगा. Like for example, अगर एक person जो है वो एक मैनेजर के तौर पे काम कर रहा है और मैनेजर से आगे जो है उसका कैरियर स्टॉप कर गया है और आगे वो नहीं ग्रो कर रहा, तो आप इस चीज़ पे सोचें कि एक पर्सन जिसका कैरियर ग्रो नहीं कर रहा, तो वो उसको मोटिवेशन कहाँ से आएगी? तो मोटिवेशन के लिए ज़रूरी है कि आप अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ उनको बताएं, अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को उनकी आगे बजट में पोजीशंस रखें, ताकि जो लोग मेहनत करते हैं, जो आपको टारगेट्स अचीव करते हैं आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के, वो आगे आ सकें. क्रिएट एन एनवायरनमेंट फॉर कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग बाय सपोर्टिंग एंड रिवॉर्डिंग एम्प्लॉयज़. So financial and non-financial rewards are really very important. We need to give that wonderful environment in which, you know, people working in your organizations, they are extremely happy, satisfied, and they become loyal with the organization. And that is possible if you have a wonderful financial and non-financial reward system in your organization. And of course, here I would also recommend that there should be transparency in decision making when you are rewarding your employees. Otherwise, you know, this may go in the negative direction as well. Provide opportunities for self-assessment. तो एम्प्लॉइज़ को इस तरह की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ भी दें कि वो सेल्फ असेसमेंट कर सकें, वो आगे बढ़ सकें, उनको अपने स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेसेस का पता चल सके, उनको अपनी एक सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन हो कि मैं क्या ठीक कर रहा हूँ, किस चीज़ में मुझे इम्प्रूवमेंट की ज़रूरत है, एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. सो दैट विल हेल्प देम अ लॉट in their career planning. Now, further tips for the employer: talk with your employee about his or her interest. So this is, I believe, that self-explanatory. Share information about your plan for his career growth. कि उसकी career growth के लिए आपके पास, organization के पास क्या plan है. You need to talk about it with your employee. Don't pressure your employee to make choices. Give him time to explore where his capabilities match. Pressurize ना करें, employees पे decisions impose ना करें, उसको push ना करें कि भाई आपने तो ये ही करना है. आप उसको बताएं कि what are the career growth opportunities are available, and give him some time कि जी वो अपनी capabilities को, अपनी skills को match कर सके खुद से. Don't try to steer your employee in the direction you feel is right. So career choice is a personal decision. तो अपनी ख्वाहिश को, अपनी मर्जी को, अपने डिसीजन को एम्प्लॉय पे मुसल्लत ना करें, उस पे इम्पोज ना करें. So it is something which is very personal. You know, so अगर आप इम्पोज करेंगे अपना डिसीजन, तो एम्प्लॉय की जो मोटिवेशन है वो डिक्लाइन की तरफ चली जाएगी, और आपकी जो एक आप चाह रहे हैं कि आपकी जो टारगेट्स अचीव हो, एम्प्लॉय की एफिशिएंसी, इफेक्टिवनेस इंक्रीज हो, तो वो डेफिनेटली तभी मुमकिन है जब एम्प्लॉय को आप एक फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी देंगे. बजाय ये कि आप उसके डिसीजंस आप उसके ऊपर इम्पोज करते हैं, तो इम्पोज करने की बजाय एम्प्लॉय को आप मोटिवेट करें ताकि एम्प्लॉय खुद से डिसाइड करे. और अगर एम्प्लॉय खुद से डिसाइड नहीं कर पा रहा, तो देन यू कैन गिव सर्टेन ऑप्शंस एंड देन डिस्कस, एंड देन बट फाइनल डिसीजन शुड बी, यू नो, इन म्यूचुअल कंसेंट विद द एम्प्लॉय. Now, when we talk about individual planning and organizational career planning, you know, both of these, individual and organizational career planning, enhanced individual and organizational performance. So in order to improve the individual and organizational performance as a whole, individual career planning and organizational career planning is a must. Now, some of the advantages of career planning, for example, for individuals, सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे कि जो एम्प्लॉइज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हैं उनके लिए क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं कैरियर प्लानिंग के. द फर्स्ट इज नॉलेज ऑफ वेरियस कैरियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, हिज प्रायोरिटीज एक्सेट्रा. कि जब आप कैरियर प्लानिंग करते हैं तो डेफिनेटली एम्प्लॉइज को मुख्तलिफ इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है मुख्तलिफ तरह की कि जी कौन कौन सी कैरियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, और उनकी लाइक उनकी जो अपनी स्किल्स हैं, जो अपना एक्सपीरियंस है, उसको वो मैच करते हैं उन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के साथ. सो दिस मेक्स देम मोर, यू नो, कंफर्टेबल, एंड दिस मेक्स देम मोर मोटिवेटेड. इंटरनल प्रमोशन एंड अपग्रेडेशन. If you have a good career planning process in your organization, so internal promotion करना आसान है. उसके अलावा upgradation कुछ organizations में की जाती हैं. That also help you do that. क्योंकि career planning के अंदर आपको employees का data आपके पास है. आपको पता ये है कि कौन से employees जो हैं इस वक्त उनकी प्रमोशन का टाइम आ चुका है, ऐसे कौन से एम्प्लॉइज हैं जिनको अपग्रेड किया जा सकता है. सो वो डाटा जब आपके पास आ गया तो उस डाटा की मदद से यू कैन मेक दोज डिसीजंस, और आपके पास एम्प्लॉइज की एक एप्टीट्यूड और उनके एटीट्यूड बिहेवियर के मुताबिक एक पिक्चर आ गई कि एम्प्लॉइज खुद क्या चाह रहे हैं. तो एम्प्लॉइज की जो अपनी नीड्स वांट्स हैं, उनका जो अपना एप्टीट्यूड है, उसको सामने रख के जब आप प्रमोशंस करते हैं और उनकी अपग्रेडेशन करते हैं, यू नो, नथिंग लाइक दैट. सो दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग वन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन डू फॉर इट्स एम्प्लॉइज. It improves employee performance. Of course, when we talk about employee performance, we talk about like efficiency and effectiveness. और efficiency हम कहते हैं कि with minimum input के साथ you try to get the maximum output. और effectiveness is whether you are able to achieve your targets, you know, desired goals, yes or no. So जब आप रिजल्ट्स की बात करते हैं, टारगेट्स अचीवमेंट की बात करते हैं, दैट इज योर इफेक्टिवनेस. और जब आप प्रोसेस की बात करते हैं, इनपुट आउटपुट की, दैट इज योर एफिशिएंसी. तो कैरियर प्लानिंग हेल्प्स improve that efficiency and effectiveness of employees, and of course as a result that improves the employee performance, and of course in return that improves the organizational performance as well. Now let us talk about the advantages of career planning and here we are talking about for organizations, like availability of human resources. Organizations जो career planning कर रही हैं, they know कि कौन सा employee कहाँ stand कर रहा है, उसके पास कौन सी strengths हैं, उसकी कौन से weak areas हैं, और उसका अपना aptitude क्या है. So आपके पास एक updated database है. So whenever you want to hire human resources from within the organization, तो आपके पास वो डाटा अवेलेबल है. उस डाटाबेस से आप उन्हीं एम्प्लॉइज को जो आपके मैच करते हैं, जो आपकी वेकेंट पोजीशंस हैं, वहां से आप इंटरनल प्रमोशंस कर सकते हैं. एनहांसेस कल्चरल डाइवर्सिटी, तो आपकी कल्चरल डाइवर्सिटी को इन्हांस करती है, एंड दैट ऑफ कोर्स इंप्रूव्स द ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एंड another important advantage for organization as a result of effective career planning is it promotes organizational goodwill. कि किसी भी organization की जो goodwill है, that is really very important. और जब तक हम उस goodwill की बात नहीं करेंगे, repute की बात नहीं करेंगे, you know, बात हमारी मुकम्मल नहीं होगी. तो मार्केट के अंदर, मुल्क के अंदर, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की एक रिप्यूट क्या है, उसकी गुडविल क्या है. और जिन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में जो है एक अच्छी कैरियर प्लानिंग की जाती है, वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक एंजॉय करती हैं एक स्ट्रॉन्ग गुडविल इन द मार्केट. सो उसका फायदा क्या है? अगर आपकी रिप्यूट स्ट्रॉन्ग है, आपकी गुडविल स्ट्रॉन्ग है, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट बेनिफिट इज योर कस्टमर्स आर हैप्पी, यू नो, सो योर स्टेक होल्डर्स आर हैप्पी, your shareholders are happy, and that improves your market share. So it is not only giving you only the financial benefits, that goodwill thing, that is also giving you that, you know, inner satisfaction as well. And you are, you know, it is easy for you to retain your employees if you develop that positive strong goodwill in the market. Okay जी, आज हमने अपने लेक्चर में हमने बात की कैरियर प्लानिंग की, हमने बात की, हमने ये देखा कि कैरियर प्लानिंग कैसे हेल्प आउट करती है और किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, वेदर इट इज इन द पब्लिक सेक्टर और प्राइवेट सेक्टर. तो जब किसी भी जॉब के लिए जब आपने अप्लाई करना है, तो सबसे पहले आपने अपने आप को एनालाइज करना है. हमने मुख्तलिफ स्टेप्स देखे कि कैरियर प्लानिंग से पहले आपने क्या करना है, जब आप एक कैरियर स्टार्ट करते हैं तो आपने क्या करना है. फिर हमने डिस्कस किया कि आप अपने कैरियर को जब यू मूव अप द लैडर, आप जब प्रोग्रेस करते हैं, डेवलप करते हैं अपने कैरियर में, तो उसमें आपने क्या करना है. तो हमने मुख्तलिफ उसके एंगल से उसको डिस्कस किया. हियर आई विल strongly recommend that you like as a job applicant, or you as a employee, or you as a old employee or new employee, or you know, if you are applying for the very first job or you are planning to apply for a job, you know, the most important thing is you need to do that self assessment. आप अपनी सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें, आप अपना एक एनालिसिस करें कि आपकी क्या आपके स्ट्रॉन्ग एरियाज हैं, कौन से आपके ऐसे एरियाज हैं दैट नीड इम्प्रूवमेंट, और आप उन एरिया पे वर्किंग करें. एंड देन इसके साथ साथ देखें कि इस वक्त मार्केट में एम्प्लॉयर्स क्या चाह रहे हैं. ये ना हो कि आप सोच के कुछ और बैठे हुए हैं, और जब आप किसी जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं या आप प्रमोशन के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं तो आपको ये पता चलता है कि आपका तो अभी आप एलिजिबल ही नहीं है। सो सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें, अपने आप को एनालाइज करें, और जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, जिस सेक्टर में आपने करियर अपना डेवलप करना है, जो आप अपनी करियर प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, तो उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में देखें कि क्या वो आपके एप्टीट्यूड के साथ, आपकी एटीट्यूड बिहेवियर के साथ मैच कर रही है, नहीं कर रही। So if that matches with your aptitude, if that matches with your attitude and behavior, and if that matches with your skills, qualification and experience, you need to go for that. So what will happen? It will give you, the wonderful external and internal satisfaction. So जब आपकी outer happiness है, आपकी inner happiness है, so of course when your mind is relaxed, your heart is happy, so your performance level increases. So I hope that कि आज के लेक्चर से आप सब ने बहुत लर्न किया होगा कैरियर प्लानिंग के बारे में, और इंशाल्लाह see you all in the next lecture. Thank you very much for your kind attention. खुदा हाफिज.